Very good morning to everybody. Welcome to the session. Gives me a great honor and pleasure to be a part of an esteemed panel that we have with us today. We are going to be talking about mainstreaming IT in healthcare, and more specifically, we are going to be talking about mainstreaming IT in hospitals. So what I would look to do is, I have a very small video to start with. It's more in terms of, possibly looking to set, a little bit of a context. And then, I'm going to be looking at, introducing, a very esteemed group of panelists that we have in here today, and then we take it, from there. Thank you. That was, more to set the context of, what the vision for healthcare can be and what IT can, look to do. And I thought it was probably, a very appropriate, video to start with. So what I'd like to start with is we have, an esteemed panel in here today. I'd like to, do a quick introduction to the panel that we have today. I would follow it up with, a context setting in terms of what is it that, we are looking to be discussing, and the pattern that we're going to follow is that, each of the panelists would get an opportunity to make, an initial presentation, and then we would open it out for, a discussion and question and answer. We have today an esteemed group of panelists. We have Mr. Gunjan from, Sahara Hospital. We have Colonel Patole, who's from the Indian Army. We have Dr. Akash, and we have Dr. Dinesh Jain from Max Healthcare. So what I'm looking to do is probably take about 10-12 minutes to look to set a context on broad generic terms in terms of a context setting which will lay the foundation for each of the panelists to be able to take the discussion forward. The fundamental premise on which we'd like to start is saying that healthcare is a priority for everybody. At various levels, we are consumers of healthcare. At various levels, we are providers of healthcare. We are policy makers on healthcare. We are facilitators of healthcare, and each of us is typically working in a specific realm where we may be doing a lot of things in terms of what is our role and our responsibility in healthcare. What are the different kind of challenges that we are faced with healthcare? Take government, for example. What the government challenges and priority are is to make healthcare more affordable, more accessible, more available. And typical challenges that the government is facing is in terms of my population is growing faster than the number of doctors, the number of beds that I'm able to provision. How do I do, how am I able to overcome that as a challenge? As an individual, what I would look to see is how is it that I can get better care, more accessible, more affordable, more available care, and as a person that I'm paying taxes for, how do I get more? How do I see more coming for the kind of taxes that I'm paying? As a provider, I would look at all these challenges that are there, and I would also look to see is how am I able to generate better healthcare outcomes? How am I able to provide better healthcare outcomes? How am I able to look to cut costs? How is it that I'm able to drive better value for the service that is being provided? So in the midst of all this, we are seeing that there is a tremendous amount of activity that is happening in healthcare today, where we are probably sitting in the midst of a healthcare revolution which is happening of sorts in India today. And we are sitting at a time when we are able to sit back and say, yes, we are able to see that there is this revolution that is on, and that we as participants in this revolution are working with a whole lot of pressures that are there in healthcare that's impacting us. And what I've got here is all the things that we spoke of, and to add to that, we are looking at saying that I would like to reach out to more number of cities. How do I do that? More number of countries. How do I do that? How do I comply with regulations? How do I make sure that technology is working for me? How do I make sure that I'm able to deliver better outcomes and all of this? From a Microsoft perspective, we genuinely believe that given the challenges that we just spoke of, which is impacting each of the stakeholders, we genuinely believe that IT can play a very, very significant role in being able to address some of these challenges in order to be able to overcome some of these challenges and deliver the kind of results that each of these stakeholders are looking at. And that's the mission that we're going forward with. While I'm saying that IT is something that can help overcome these challenges, what we believe also is a few tenets that we go by. And the fundamental tenet here is that technology is not for the sake of technology itself. Technology is for being able to provide better health outcomes. So it is people who come first. People can be the patient who's a consumer of healthcare. It can be a doctor or a physician who is looking to see how can IT help him do his job better, and not IT for the sake of IT itself. What Microsoft also looks to do is in terms of the focus on knowledge which is there, which is spread across. I'll probably be talking about that a little more. And what we are looking at is IT as an agent of change, which can probably help make build efficiencies into how healthcare is being provided, build effectiveness into how healthcare is being provided. So what I would specifically focus on are four generic dimensions or vectors of healthcare that one must look at when one is looking at IT in healthcare. And we believe the first and the most important criteria that is there when we are looking at making IT investments today is looking at the standards that need to be adopted. The reason for this as being most fundamental and critical is that we may be, as a hospital, we may be putting in investments in infrastructure, in IT, in a whole lot of in IT in different parts of the organization. As government, we may be making investments in IT again in different parts of healthcare. If it can be as a payer, we may be making those investments as well. What would be most important and critical here while we do this is that each one of this is able to talk to each other. While a hospital A is putting in an IT infrastructure, can that talk to a hospital B? Can that, if I'm going into one hospital and that hospital is holding my medical records today, if I were to go to a different hospital, would that hospital also be able to recognize what the first hospital has captured in terms of data from me? Is that data going to be transferable across? Is it going to be interoperable? Because it should not be constrained that I have put in one set of systems in my organization and a different organization has put in a different set of systems, which is fine. But what would be critical to that is that they conform to a specific set of standards which make it more interoperable, that they're able to talk to each other. And that, to our mind, would be the first and most important dimension of IT that one needs to look at. The second thing that, from an IT standpoint that one would want to look at is that we are in the midst of an information and a data explosion which is there. Data is strewn all over, within an organization. Data is available between organizations. Data is available with, governmental institutions on the whole, and, ministries, at large. What is important here is that IT should be able to capture data, should be able to convert that data into information, help retain the knowledge that comes out of that information, and be able to provide that information in a manner and form in which it is required in order to be able to support decision making. I'll just give you, an example here. Let's say that we are talking about the kind of footfalls that we typically have in an OPD department. It would be a big help to know, and this data is available, saying that what's the kind of footfall I typically see. It is going to be definitely a big help to know on what days is it that the footfalls are the greatest. am I able to, take care of something like that? We would know typically what are the kind of procedures that are being performed. It would help to know, saying that which of these procedures is most sought after, so that better care can be provisioned for that specific discipline. It would be important to know, it would be useful to know, saying that, what is the kind of, revenue per bed that is getting generated. Now, all of this is data that is available. What we would want to see is that how is this data captured in a format that we are able to use. Now, this is one part of it. The second part of it is how is it that it can be made available to support decision making. And what you would see here is, I'm just using this as an illustration of what data can look like. If you look at it from a government perspective, it would be extremely useful for them to know, as a part of, let's say, their immunization plan, which are the districts which are doing well, which are the ones that are in red, which needs more support, what's the kind of immunization plan that I need to have, and what kind of projects are working better than the other. And this is going to help and support executive decision making. And this would be a very important aspect that one should look at when looking at IT in a hospital. Everybody is talking cloud today. Cloud is an in thing, and is a technology, is a form of technology that everybody is talking about. I would like to give a very simple example from a household, right? So if, let's say, that we want to use electricity or power, one way of doing that would be to say that I'm going to put up a generator and I'm going to use diesel, and I'm going to make that, set up that infrastructure up front, and I'm going to generate electricity. That's one form of doing it. The other form of doing it would be to say that I'm going to fix, get an electricity board connection. Then I'm going to have a meter that's going to tell me at the end of every month what is it that I have consumed, and I should be able to make a payment at depending on that. So what happens here? What happens is that in the first model, you have absolute control over what you're doing. It is there, on your premise. It is there, within your house, right? You're able to set that up, and you're setting, basically provisioning for a particular capacity for it to run. In the second model, you're saying that today I have, 2 people in the household, my consumption is so much. Tomorrow I may have 10 people in the household, my consumption is going to increase, but what I'm going to be paying for is depending on how much I'm consuming. And that, very simplistically put, is what the cloud strategy is all about. And one key thing that we should be looking at is that how applicable is cloud to me as an organization. It is not saying that cloud is the way to go about it. Just to extend that example of a household we spoke of, you may want to do that with electricity, but when it comes to water, you may say that I'll go in for a water connection, but I will also have a borewell at home. What you're looking at is a hybrid model there, where you're saying that I am going to have a combination of both. And there are certain things which you're saying that is going to be completely in-house. I am not going to look at cloud. And that essentially is the tenet that needs to drive a cloud strategy. And that is what is a pictorial, this picture is talking about. What we are talking about from a cloud perspective is that we need to see, it is not that on-premise is better or cloud is better. What we need to be able to see is that from my perspective, where I am today, what's the best way to go about it? Should I be looking at certain parts of what I'm doing getting into the cloud, whereas a whole lot of other things which I'm doing, I would like to keep it myself. The fundamental questions that need to get answered here is that, would I, as a healthcare provider, want to focus more on healthcare and leave IT for somebody else to handle? If I would want to do that, which of the aspects of IT is that I'm going to give it to somebody to handle? I would rather focus more on providing healthcare and say that, there are certain aspects of it I'm going to give it off, to somebody else. Somebody else is going to manage, my data centers. Somebody else is going to make sure that my servers are up all the time, and that the patch management, all the IT infrastructure and everything is being managed by somebody else. And that's a choice. It needs to be a very deliberated choice, and that's what I'm putting forth. When one is looking at IT is that typically in healthcare, and in most businesses, one would look at saying that I have a business problem today, I'd like IT to solve that business problem. And typically when a hospital looks at it today, hospital will look at and say that I would need an application, and typically that application is an HIS application. It is not necessarily the wrong way to go about it. That is how IT is supposed to be looked at. But what one also needs to be looking at here is that while this may be a route to take when one is looking at a short-term to a medium-term kind of an approach, is that something that is going to be a longer-term strategy for me? What I mean by here is I have a business problem where I need an HIS, and I'm going ahead and putting up an HIS. I have a business problem where I need another particular module in a different part of an organization. I go ahead and source out a solution, an IT solution for that problem that I'm having. This may be something that is going to help in the immediate term, but what you're soon going to see is that you're going to have disparate systems which are going to be there in different parts. What one also needs to look at is saying that the infrastructure on which these applications are running today, is that optimized properly enough for my requirements as of today? Is it also dynamic enough for it to be able to address some of the issues that I may have later, or some of the business needs that I may have later? Is it going to provide the flexibility that I require at that point of time? So what I'm talking about here essentially is that while the application platform is a very important thing to look at, what is also important is to look at what is the core infrastructure on which that is sitting. Once this is taken care of, what it then means is that you would have an IT environment that is dynamic enough. Tomorrow, you'd want to say that, I would like to see, telemedicine, right? And I'd want to see how my system supports telemedicine, right? So you wouldn't want to be looking at telemedicine purely as an incremental thing that you've got to go ahead and do. You would be saying that my infrastructure is in a dynamic state where it is able to cater to that, and I don't have to be making too many changes in terms of what my current infrastructure is. So that I would think would be the the fourth thing that fourth element that would be the most important thing to look at. So with these, I would come to an end in terms of how, what we feel about, health as a segment, and how is it that, we think, one should be looking at, from an IT standpoint when one is going about making the investments in IT. So what I would now do is I would, request